Dun 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 dun. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, this will be interesting to see. It does actually, no, it's doing the whole screen, so. Oh well, not much I can do about that. Bum 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 bum. Starting to get it to zoom in a little bit, but that doesn't look like it's gonna happen, does it? Alright, well, I guess we'll just have to leave it the way it is. Alright, guys, well, welcome back. This is your host, ID Jester. With the NFL playoffs going on right now, I figured, well, it might be a little bit good time to actually play some Inside Blitz football. This is by InsideSportsGames.org. Check this game out and also all their other fine games there. So, yeah, we're going to be playing the 2015 NFL playoffs. So, 2015 season. Game number one here is going to be Kansas City at Houston. So let's look at the actual lineups here, or the records, I guess would be the best way to look at it. All right, so 2015 Denver Broncos won the West Division in the AFC. The New England Patriots won the East. Cincinnati Bengals won the North. The Texans won the South. So the two wildcard teams were Kansas City and Pittsburgh. Kansas City and Pittsburgh, yes. They were, let's see, what was the record here? Kansas City started off the season 1-5 and then won 10 straight games for a final of 11 and 5, 11-6. I think it was 11-6 was their final. Why can't I find that? I thought I had that information. That would have been really helpful. Oh, here we go. All right, 2015. Let's talk about the AFC. So we had New England 12-4, Jets were 10-6, Buffalo 8-8, and Dolphins were 6-10. In the AFC North, Cincinnati won the division with a 12-4 record, same as New England. Pittsburgh 10-6, Baltimore 5-11, Cleveland 3-13. In the South, it was the Texans 9-7, Indianapolis 8-8, Jacksonville 5-11, and Tennessee was 3-13. And in the AFC West, the Broncos were 12-4. Kansas City was 11-5. Oakland was 7-9, and San Diego was 4-12. So that puts Kansas City. Let's see. Kansas City was the. What seed were they? That's a good question. That was a good question. Kansas City is going to be the 5 seed. So the 4-5s play, which is going to be Houston and Kansas City. Houston getting the home field advantage because they won their division. Kansas City was just a playoff contender, wild card team. And then Pittsburgh takes on Cincinnati in the other game. Cincinnati winning their division with a 12-4 record, and Pittsburgh with a 10-6 wild card team. So that's how things stack up here going into the first game of the playoffs. So we are going to create a full game and use the facts. It's going to be Kansas City at Houston. And the starting quarterbacks for this game are Alex Smith and Brian Hoyer. Game options, pro. We are going to be using the 35-yard line. Yes, I believe that's what we're at. Missed field goal is going to be ball placed to the spot of the kick. Goalposts are back in the end zone. There is going to be a home field advantage. I'm going to have the computer automate the play calls for us for both offense and defense on both teams. Touchbacks are going to be the 20-yard line, so that's pre-2016 season. This is the 2015 season. They made that change going into the 2016 season. We're going to turn the sound off. Announcers are off. We're going to use fast action cards. Default resolution, defensive strategies will be on, and let's flip the coin and see what happens in our first game. There we go. And Kansas City will receive the kickoff. They win the coin toss. And here we go. So, 2-3. 2-3, that's going to be a touchback, and that's how this game is going to start. No time off the clock. And what I'm going to probably do is kind of keep that centered because for some reason all of their menus and pop-ups happen off screen here. So that's why I have to actually record the whole screen for you. But anyways. Alright, so 15 minutes to go here in the first period. We're going to start the game off with a quick pass. And down here is your key defender. If there is one chosen on the play, it's randomly determined. Key offensive player. So we look at Alex Smith 2-4, look at 2-4, and that's an X. And then we're going to look on the receiver 1-5. 1-5 is minus 4 yards on the play. So Smith goes to Chardandrick West, minus 4 yards. Good defensive play by Jadeveon Clowney. And that's going to lose 4 yards in the play. Most plays take 40 seconds off the clock. Out of bounds plays, incomplete passes, timeout, injuries, change of possessions are 10 seconds. 20 seconds are just for spike ball or first downs at college. And I'm not sure what you use 30 seconds for because it doesn't say it. And then, of course, field goal, extra point attempts, false start, penalties, touchbacks, etc. are 0 seconds. So that was a 40-second play. When I click that, it'll actually automatically go to the next play for us, so that's good. It's going to be another short pass by Alex Smith, 3-5, and that one's going to be quarterback is sacked, fumble. I did not see what the result of that was. It just stays up there for a second, but it looks like Alex Smith is sacked by J.J. Watt for a loss of 2 yards. The ball come loose, fumble! DeAnthony Thomas recovers the ball for Kansas City, but that's way back. Way back as Alex Smith is under pressure by J.J. Watt. And we go to third down and 16 from their own 14-yard line. Alex Smith needs to be careful here. He's going 3-6. Pass is incomplete. Trying to hit the receiver in the slot. He threw it behind him. Alex Smith getting a little antsy with his passes as he throws that one wide. It is now fourth down. 16 yards to go from their own 14-yard line. They are going to punt the ball away. And here we go. Yeah, I don't know. Keep that maybe there. It's fine. Maybe, I don't know where the best. Maybe if we do something like this, maybe. There we go. All right. Alrighty, so 2-3 on the kick. 2-3. That's going to be a 30 punt of 50 yards. It's going to be to the 36-yard line. And it looks like, I'm going to get my glasses on. There we go. Oh, now you can see Keith Mumphrey for Houston. He's going to get a return. 5-3. 5-3 is going to be, he's cutting down the sideline. He's going to be pushed out after 18 yards. So the Texans set up well here on their first drive in Kansas City territory. They're going to take over at the 46-yard line. And there is no, I normally do 10 seconds on change of possession, yeah. So 10 seconds for that play. So here we go. Coming up to the line is going to be Brian Hoyer. He's going to hand the ball off to Adrian Foster, 1-4. And that's going to be dragged down after 2 yards by Ron Parker. And it's now 2nd down and 8. So 40 seconds off the clock. Brian Hoyer, he drops back to 6 and 2-5. 2-5 is going to be 6-yard pass out there in the slot to Alfred Blue, but he's taken down quick by Tambahawi. And it's going to leave it down to a 3rd and 2 from the 38-yard line of Kansas City. 40 seconds off the clock. Another short pass by Hoyer. 5-3. And that one sails wide as that one was tipped at the line. And that one falls to the turf. Incomplete. It's 4th down and 2 from the Kansas City 38-yard line. Ooh, what do you do early in the game? What do you do early in the game? Do you try and pin them deep? Do you try for a long field goal and get some points? Or do you stay out there? Ooh. So 10-second runoff on the incomplete pass. But I don't want to click that until I know what I'm going to do here. Right. So your field goal chance is 8% chance. Got to go for it or try to punt it and drop it in there deep. Let your defense do it. And they're going to leave the offense on the field. They're going to go for it. Here it is, 4th and 2, early in this game. As the Texans trying to set up, get some momentum here early in this playoff game. And Hoyer fakes the handoff. He's going to drop back for a short pass. 1-5. 6-2, and that is complete to Hopkins in the slot, and he's going to break a tackle and dive for a 1st down, pushed out just inside the 35-yard line, and that will be a 1st down at the 34. So the 4th down call goes the Texans' way here as we have 11:50 to go here in the first quarter. And the Texans are driving. They get a 1st and 10 here from the 34. And this one's going to be a handoff by Hoyer to Alfred Blue, 4-6. And he's going to get nailed on the play by Derek Johnson. He struggles back to the line, but he's not going to make it anywhere from there. And the Texans will huddle back up. 2nd down and 10 from the Kansas City 34. 6-1. And that's Derek Johnson busted in between the guard and the tackle, and he wraps up Alfred Blue in the backfield. It's going to drop him for a 4-yard loss. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 14 for the Texans, all the way back to the 38-yard line. Hoyer steps in. He sees someone in the flat 5-5 and 4-3, and he's going to find Grimes, but he's just going to get a couple yards, and there is a possible fumble on the play. And nope. Looks like they're going to rule him down by contact. And he was pushed out of bounds, so just 10-second runoff there. So the back from the 35-yard line again. 35-yard line. 20% chance, 19% chance of a field goal. Try to punt them in deep or go for it. I think 4th and 11. You made 1 4th down already, but I don't know if you can do it again against this tough Kansas City defense. I think they're going to try and pin them deep here. So they're going to punt the ball. The crowd, little boo birds, come out of the stands as the punt team comes on the field. And let's see how well they execute this punt. 4-2. And that one's going to be down at the 10. And it's going to bounce in and roll. And the punt coverage team keeps it out of the end zone. And they're going to down it at the 3-yard line. So the Texans special teams does their job and pins Kansas City deep. And they have it from their own 3-yard lines. 10-second runoff there. 10-10 to go here in the first period. We have no score. Al, Red Sox fan says punt. Alrighty, we punted. Inside left, so Alex Smith steps up, and he looks like he's going to... Wait a minute, what happened there? Why? Wait a minute, what? Wait, what? What just happened there? Houston got the ball. How did Houston get the ball? How did they punted the ball down to the 3-yard line? Was there a fumble? I didn't see a fumble on the play. Did not see that. Something happened, but the Texans have it at the 3-yard line. My apologies. I thought they just downed it at the 3-yard line. I did not see any kind of turnover or anything pop up. Holy cow, somehow the Texans, unless that was a glitch in the system, but I can't imagine that. There can't be that big an error. There must have been a fumble on the play, obviously. Maybe it hit a defender as it was bouncing around, and they recovered the ball at the 3-yard line. So first and 10. Let's see, can we go back and look at the... Let's look at the box score. No, that doesn't help us. Let's look at the drive summaries for Houston. That didn't help at all either. Play-by-play. Here we go. Let's see if we got a play-by-play here. Yeah. Fumble recovered. Wait a minute. No, here it is. So Houston, return. No return. But Kansas City fumbled it. DeAnthony Thomas at the 3-yard line, or we probably caught it around the 10. The ball was bouncing around, and finally the Texans jump on it at the 3-yard line. So apologize for that. Crazy. Holy cow. Wait a minute. That's just crazy. What just happened there, ladies and gentlemen? Yep, it was fumbled by DeAnthony Thomas at the 10-yard line, somewhere around the 9-10-yard line. Went off his, was looking at the downfield rushers coming at him, and J.J. Watt recovers the ball. I don't know why he's playing on special teams, but okay. At the 3-yard line. So it's first and 10, Texans at the 3, and Hoyer hands it off to Blue, 5-1, and diving in there, knocking Blue off his feet in the backfield. Once again, good defense by Kansas City, and that's going to be a 2-yard loss, setting up a 2nd down and 5. We're at, there was also a penalty on the play, and the penalty is 1 or 2 delay of game. So that's going to be false start for Houston. And they had the ball on the 3-yard line. They lost 2 yards on the good defensive tackle, and now a false start, and they're back at the 10. So first and goal from the 10-yard line, no time off the clock there, and Hoyer steps back up and receives a snap, and he hands it to Alfred Blue, 2-1. And Blue off the left side, he's going to fight through the tackle of Derek Johnson for 3 yards. He gets down to the 7-yard line. It's now 3rd and 7. We got 8:50 to go here in the first quarter. Texans 6-4. And another good defensive play there as the offensive player Newton couldn't make the block. If he would have made the block, that would have been an S, which would have been a short run. That might have been enough for a touchdown. But Derek Newton whiffed on the block and coming in and making the play. And now it's 4th down from the 4-yard line, Houston. And we're going to put 40 seconds off the clock there. So 97% chance. Yeah, wow, the wacky, says Al Rickson fan. I agree. 4th down from the 4-yard line. They already made one 4th down play. But that was 2 yards. This is 4 yards. And I think you just got to take the field goal at home and try and get on the board. So they're going to go for the field goal here from the 4-yard line. It is a 21-yard kick. 6-6 is 56. That would have been good from 1,000,000 yards. 6-6. And that one is good. So the Texans do take, let's see, I think field goal and extra points are 0. Okay, so we put that on the board. So Texans take the lead 3-0, 8:10 to go here in the first quarter. And they'll be kicking off to Kansas City. Texans are moving right to left on your radio dial, 5-4. And that was kicked 6 yards deep in the end zone. And that will be a touchback. So Alex Smith will finally get the ball out at the 20-yard line for Kansas City. Kansas City so far, no first downs, no rushing yards, and -6 on pass yards. Not a good way to start this game as the Houston defense has come to play here. Let's see what happens here with 8:10 to go. Looks like Alex Smith is going to drop back 4-5, and it's going to be a scramble as he's under pressure. It's going to be a scramble, 1-5, and that's going to be a B result. Alex Smith has a breakaway for 30 yards. He's down the sideline. Look at Smith. That was man-to-man coverage, and Kansas City didn't even realize that Alex Smith was running for it until he's already 15 yards downfield. They finally push him out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Alex Smith, 30 yards and a first down for Kansas City. 8:10 to let's click. There we go. All right, so Kansas City, Alex Smith, and he's got Davis in the backfield. He pitches it out to him. It's a sweep right, 2-5, and that one's going to be a 4-yard run off the legs of Smith. Off of Davis, and they got down to the 46-yard line. 6:50 to go here in the first quarter. And once again, it's going to be a pitch out to the right, and Kylie Davis using that right side of the offensive line, trying to motor for some yardage here. But J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless diving in there through the lineman, take him down for a 1-yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 6, and 3 receivers in. But here comes a draw play to Chandrick West, 4-6. And he's going to get tackled in the backfield again by Houston for a 1-yard loss. That brings up 4th down and 8. So after the big 30-yard run by Alex Smith, their offense comes on track as Houston stymies them. It's now 4th and 8 from the 48-yard line, and Houston will punt the ball back to, Kansas City will punt the ball back to Houston. Do you call the defense for both teams? Also seeing that there is no AI for inside. There is AI. It'll automatically roll for both the offense and defense. You can choose to have them do just offense or both. I just going to have it run both offense and defense. All right, so here comes the punt from Kansas City, and Colquitt comes out, and he is going to 3-3, and that one is going to be high in the air, calling for the fair catch at the 11-yard line, and that one's going to be downed at the 11. But wait a minute, folks. We have a penalty on the play. That is an illegal block in the back by the Texans, and that is going to push it even back farther. It's down back to the 5-yard line, as that is a half of the distance penalty. 10-second runoff. We have 6:30 to go here in the first quarter. 3-0 Houston. And Brian Hoyer comes back out, and he's going to hand this one to Polk. And Polk's going to try the right side, 3-2. And he's going to bust it through the gap. He spins around one defender, and they finally drags 2 or 3 defenders with them. He's going to have a gain of 13 and going to get up to the 18-yard line. So good run there by Polk. We're down to 5:50 to go here. Dave Gardner. The dice already rolled, screwed me up in this game. Hi, Al. This is Dave Gardner. All right, so we got another inside left here. This one's going to go to Kareem Hunt. And that is going to be a 1-5. And that one is going to be a breakthrough and big pile in the middle. Possible fumble, but no fumble this time. So good 6 yards on first down. That brings up second and 4 to go on the 24-yard line. Brian Hoyer steps in and this time fakes the handoff. And he is going to elude the rush. He eludes the rush. And he finds a receiver downfield and he's wide open. It's going to be Hopkins. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. And finally pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Hoyer got around the Kansas City rush, stepped into the pocket, found the wide open Hopkins for 28 yards down the sidelines. 28 yards before he was finally corralled. And they're in Kansas City territory here with 4:30 to go in the first quarter. Hoyer, once again, he's going to step in and another drop back pass, 4-5. And this time he sees Grimes. And once again, Hoyer eludes the rush. Grimes out of the backfield. 4-5. And he breaks a tackle. He's down the sideline. It looks like he's going to go for some yards here. No, wait. Incomplete, sorry, that's right. Before, you got to look at the Blue Dogs first and see if they actually make the play. Grimes did not make the play. Otherwise, he would have had a 20-yard gain. Wow, he just off his fingertips as Hoyer led him just a little too far. Otherwise, that would have been a big gainer. So we got a second down and 10 from Kansas City 48. 5-5, and this one is going to be to Nate Washington. He's crossing over the middle and quickly corralled there by the defense, but he does pick up 8 yards on the play. That brings it up 3rd down and 2. Good call there in 2nd down, make it a manageable 3rd down for Houston. And on 3rd down and 2, looks like Hoyer's going to give it to Blue off the right side. And Blue once again gets out of an arm tackle by the left defensive end, and he's going to break around the corner. He's down to the 30. He's down to the 25, 26-yard line, but he's called down as another big play. That is Houston, 35 rushing yards so far here in the first quarter. We've got 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Hoyer this time, he steps up and he drops back and throws it out there in the flat, but it's off the fingertips of Derek Johnson, and that's going to be incomplete as Johnson got a hand on that one. So 2:50 to go here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 10. 5-4. And that one is thrown out into the short zone. That was incomplete, and it now brings up 3rd and 10 for the Texans at the Kansas City 26-yard line. 3rd and 10, here comes Hoyer, and he drops back to pass. He finds Cecil Short, and 1-4, and he's going to be dropped for a very short gain as the middle linebacker Branch comes up and takes his feet out from him. That brings up 4th down and 6 from the 22-yard line. And if we try a field goal, 4th down and 6 from the 22-yard line. They're going to send out the field goal team. And 39-yard kick here from the line of scrimmage at the opponent's 22-yard lines. 39-yard kick. 1-2. And that is going to be wide left. No good. As the Texans squander a golden opportunity to take the lead up to 6-0. But that is wide left as that kick was hooked. Just faded past the upright there on the left side. And Kansas City fortunate to be only down 3-0 as the total yards from scrimmage here is 88 yards for Houston and only 26 for Kansas City. So Alex Smith takes over here for Kansas City on their 29-yard line. Alex Smith 2-6, and this time he sees Travis Cleese 3-1, and he's got him for a short gain of 5 yards before he's tackled. This time, Alex Smith drops back 5-3, and passes incomplete as the pass rush got to him, almost sacked him. He threw it out of bounds just to get rid of the yardage. And was afraid he was going to be tackled there. So incomplete pass there. We have 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. 3-0 Texans and 3-6. And this one's going to be another scramble by Smith. Last time he was off to the races. Let's see what happens this time. 6-3. This time he's taken off, but he's only going to get 1 yard as McKinney comes in there and seals the deal for the Texans. And that makes it 4th and 4 from their own 35-yard line. Once again, Kansas City with only 1 first down in this period. And it is now 4th and 4 from their own 35. They're going to have to punt the ball back to the Texans once again, as the offense for Kansas City has been totally stymied by the Texans so far. And here comes Colquitt, 5-1, and that is going to be a nice 49-yard punt. And that one is going to be fair caught for the Texans. And that's going to get it all the way at... Oh, wait a minute! Colquitt punt travels 49 yards. No return by Cecil Swartz. It's a fair catch called at the 16. The ball is fumbled again on the punt. DeAndre Poe for Kansas City recovers it. And Kansas City turns the tables on the Texans and gets the fumbled punt. Unbelievable. Once again, a fumbled punt. And it's going to set Kansas City up in prime scoring position there at 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Here comes Smith trying to cash in on the turnover. 6-5. And that is going to be sacked. Sacked there by Jared Crick. 5-yard loss. He's back to the 21-yard line. Big sack there by the Texans defense. It's now 2nd down and 15. 3-1. And here comes Alex Smith. He's going to take a shot across the middle, off the hands of the receiver, and incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 15 here. And that's going to do it for our crazy first quarter. And the first start of the second coming up. Kansas City with 1 first down. Houston with 4 first downs. Both teams rushing pretty decently. Kansas City with 33 yards rushing. Houston with 35. Passing yards, -6 for Kansas City, 53 for Houston. Each team with 1 turnover and 2 penalties on Houston. We're going to start the second quarter. And it's going to be Kansas City ball on the 15-yard line. The 21-yard line. 3rd and 15. And Alex Smith drops back in the pocket. And he finds Travis Cleese, 6'1", and he's got him over across the middle. but he's going to be tackled just short of the first down marker. It's going to be 4th and 4 from the 10-yard line. Both teams getting inside the red zone, but not able to capitalize. Both teams, and that's going to be, what do we got, a 40-second runoff there. So, Kansas City is going to send their field goal team out there, and it looks like it's going to be, oh, wait, we have a penalty here, and this is going to be defensive encroachment on the kickoff, or on the field goal attempt, and the penalty will be accepted, and that's going to give no, it's going to make it 4th and 1 from the, wait a minute, 4th down, yards to go -1, right, that should be a first down. From the opponent 5-yard line. They were on the 4th down, -1 yard to go. Ball is on the opponent 5-yard line. Sure why it says 4th down and -1 yard to go, but they are thinking about sending their offense back on the field, but you know what? To take the points, I think they're going to take the points and try and tie this bad boy up, but man, they're so close, but their offense hasn't done anything, so they're going to kick the field goal. And this time it's a 22-yarder by Cairo Santos for 5, and this one is up, and wait a minute, once again, 43 defensive holding on the field goal attempt. Another penalty. 4-3. So 12-46 is defensive holding. And that'll be accepted. That should give Kansas City a first down. And what a terrible set of events for Houston, as they have completely mangled their special teams here with the drop punt and then 2 penalties on field goal attempts. And they have given Kansas City a first down and 10 on the 3-yard line. So Alex Smith, he's going to hand it off to Jamal Charles, 3-3, and he is going to be stopped by McKinney on a great rush in there. But no, it's another penalty. 54. This one's going to be on Kansas City. That's going to be offensive holding. Penalty will be accepted, and that's going to be a 10-second penalty there. So that's going to take them back to the 13. So first and 13 from the first and goal from the 13. There is what I meant to say. 5-4, and that one's going to be incomplete by Alex Smith. He broken up there by McKinney. And so we've got 13:50 to go here in the second period. 6-2, and that's going to be another rush as Alex Smith throws the ball away again under heavy duress, and it's going to make it another 3rd down and 13 from the 13-yard line. 5-6, and this time quarterback is sacked. J.J. Watt comes through and nailed Alex Smith all the way back at the 20-yard line, and they're going to send the field goal team on once again. 4th down and 20 from the 20-yard line. They started at the 3-yard line. They lost 17 yards on their offensive plays. Wow. So field goal attempt once again. Let's see if Santos can kick this one through. 37-yarder, 5-4. And that one is good. And we got us a tie ball game. Holy cow, the Texans did not have a penalty on that one. So it's going to be a tie ball game here with 12:50 to go. 3-3 is your score. What a crazy and wacky game. 5-5. That's going to be a touchback 3 yards deep. They're going to kneel on the end zone, and that's going to bring it out to the 20-yard line for the Texans. So the Texans here, tie ball game, and that one's going to take no time off the clock. There we go. So Cecil Sorts is going to try, and he's going to bust on the, she's going to try sweep left, 6-3, and that one's going to be just at the line of scrimmage. He's going to break through for a couple yards. He fights, kept his knees turning. He got 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 to go. And that's going to bring up a 2-1. This time it's Chris Polk. Polk, he busts through the line. Barry and Josh Mauga. They both whiffed on the tackle. The safety, strong safety, had to come in and take down Polk, but not before he gets a nice 5-yard rush there. That's going to bring it up to 3rd and 1 from their 29-yard line. And that's going to take 40 seconds off the clock. And Hoyer, he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to step back. And he is looking for Polk out in the short left side. 1-3. And that one is caught. He struggles at the line of scrimmage, and he dives forward for 2 yards. 1st down, but wait, there's more hankies on the field. And that is going to be a 46, and that's going to be an illegal block as Polk was able to catch that one. And as he was trying to struggle for that 1st down, the offensive lineman came in. And that's going to take it back. So it's now 3rd and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And 2-1. And this is going to be Keith Mumphrey. And he's going to find a little gap for 3 yards before he's taken down. And that is going to be 4th down and 7 to go from their own 23. And they're going to punt the ball back to Kansas City. Punted it. And this time is Shane Lecter, 6'5", and that is a nice 51-yard punt. And it's going to be picked up at the 26-yard line. And DeAnthony Thomas, he's going to get it. He's going to start breaking on the outside. He's headed down the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds after a 3-yard loss on the return. He tried to get around the defenders, but they kept tracking him down until they had nowhere to go but the out of bounds, and they were able to corral him there at the 23-yard line. So 54 yards, so they flip the field for the Texans. We have 10:30 to go in the 2nd quarter. It is a 3-3 ball game here in Houston. Alex Smith trying to get on track for Kansas City. He fakes the handoff. He steps back. He sees DeAnthony Thomas. He finds him in the flat and gives him a nice lob pass, but he's going to be tackled there by the linebacker, Whitney Merciless, for after 3-yard gain. And this time Alex Smith, he fakes the handoff, and he's going to step in and throws it down the middle. Incomplete. Jackson gets his hand up, but wait a minute. More penalties, and this one, 44, is going to be defensive pass interference. Defensive pass interference. Looks like Jackson was got there a little early, and so Kansas City is going to get a 1st down on the penalty. So we got 9:40 to go in the 1st half. Kansas City has the ball on their own 38-yard line. And this time, Alex Smith hands it off to West. He's going to try the left side. 3-5. And this time he breaks through the line and gets a hard-fought 8 yards for Kansas City. One of their best running plays of the day. It's now 2nd down and 2. And Alex Smith hands it off. No, wait, he steps back in the pocket. And he finds DeAnthony Thomas. And Thomas catches it. shakes and bakes one defender, and he finds the first down all the way into the Texans' territory, pushed out finally at the 46-yard line of the Texans. First down and 10, Kansas City, 8:50 to go here in the first half. Chadrick West with the handoff this time, and he's going to get smothered in the backfield by Jarrett Crick. Crick came in there quick, but wait, there is a penalty on the play. 45, that is going to be holding. They can take the 3-yard loss, or they push them back 10 yards and give them the play over again. I think they will decline the penalty, take the 3-yard loss, and they'll lose the down. So second down and 13, or second down and 12, back at the 48-yard line. Alex Smith, 1-3. He's going to throws it out quick as the pass rush was coming in. Once again, J.J. Watt was there. Another incomplete pass by Alex Smith. He's not having the best of games. It is 3rd and 12 from the 48-yard line. 5-3. And this is Harris, 6'2", and Harris has got it. He breaks one tackle, breaks another, and finally the defenders corral him at the 40, but he still struggles forward, falls forward for an extra 2 yards, gets all the way down to the 38-yard line. It is 4th and 2 from the 38. Oh, Nelly, what are you going to do now? And if low chance of a field goal, you can try to pin them deep again or go for it. And it looks like Kansas City is going to leave their offense on the field, and they're going to try and run for it. 5-6. And that is going to be Spencer Ware around the left side, and big block there, as that's going to be a first down for Kansas City. 7:10 to go here in the first half. Your score, 3-3 in a wild and wacky game. Kansas City has the ball on the 31-yard line. Alex Smith, 3-1. And DeAnthony Thomas again in the flat, 3-2. And that's going to be a nice gain for DeAnthony Thomas. And he breaks a tackle and finally corralled by Whitney Merciless, the linebacker, but not until after a first down and 11-yard gain. And Kansas City's offense finally coming alive here with 6:30 to go in the first half. Just like that, they now have positive yards, passing yards. And this one's going to be Jamal Charles, inside handoff. And Jamal Charles is going to be smothered at the line by Brian Crushing and Andre Hall. No gain on the play. We're down to 5:50 to go here in the first half. Alex Smith, he steps back. He finds a receiver, 5-4-5, and he throws it incomplete as Conley cannot get his hands on that one. That was a little high from Smith as the pressure once again from the Texans came in hot. It's now 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Alex Smith going for a medium pass, 6-2, and that's Malklin down the left sidelines. He's being covered by Cushing, and 4-4, and that's going to be caught at the 10. Spins around one defender and finally pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And the Chiefs are threatening to take the lead here in the first half, which is 5:30 to go in the first half. They're on the 3-yard line. Last time they were here, they ended up back in the at the 20. They lost 17 yards last time they were here. Alex Smith this time, he's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to find a receiver, Macklin, 2-2, and that's going to be at the goal line, but they're going to push him back down at that 2-yard line. So 1-yard gain there for Kansas City, 4:50 to go here in the first half. Second and goal from the 2. Alex Smith, once again, he's going to roll out to the left, 3-4, and throws it quickly, but off. Wide left as the receiver was breaking deeper into the end zone, and Alex Smith thought he was going to break closer to the sidelines. 4:40 to go here. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line, and Alex Smith is going to drop back once again, trying to throw this one in. 3-4, and he's right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 4th down and goal from the 2. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do you take the lead or do you go for 2 stinking yards? And it looks like they're going to send out the field goal team once again. They're going to take this lead into halftime, and the field goal is up, and it is good on the play. So 4:20 to go here in the first half, and Kansas City has a 6-3 lead. Both teams threatening, but neither team can actually find the end zone yet. Kickoff here by Santos. 3-4, and that's going to be kicked to the 4-yard line. The return by Keith Mumphrey. 6-3, and that's going to be a good breakout to the left side. He dodges one defender. He's got some blockers out in front, but the kicker takes him down at the 40-yard line. Otherwise, he might have gone the distance, but a great return out to the 44-yard line. So the Texans have wonderful field position right now, and we'll give that a 10-second runoff. Brian Hoyer, 2-6, and this one, 2-6. He's going to find Hopkins. Hopkins shakes and bakes, and he's going to go ahead for 12-yard gain. Wide open there, and it's now 3:30 to go in the first half. And this time it's going to be a inside run by Alfred Blue, and oh no, is it a possible fumble? And nope, it could have been a fumble, but it's not. But he gets 4 yards on the gain, and they're down to 2:50 to go. They're 2nd and 6 from the Kansas City 40-yard line. 4-3, and this one is going to break it as Blue breaks it through the line of scrimmage. He's rumbling, he's bumbling, he's stumbling. It's going to go all the way down to the 25-yard line. 13-yard gain. 10 seconds off the clock. 2:40 to go here in the first half, and Texans are driving. They're at the 25-yard line, well within the field goal range. Hoyer playing a good first half, 5-6, and sacked. Jamie Howard comes in and nails him on the pass rush. Hoyer was able to break part of the tackle and scrum back up towards the line of scrimmage. Only lost 3 yards on the play, but good defense there. It's now going to be 2nd down and 13 from the 28. Hoyer looking for an open receiver, and there's Hopkins again. There's the man Hopkins, but he's going to be tackled after a short gain, and we're going to take it all the way down to the 2-minute warning here of the first half. Yeah, we'll just leave it at 150. Probably should have just used the 30 seconds because that's what it should have been. So I'm actually going to take 10 seconds off the next play because it would have stopped at the 2-minute warning. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining. It's now 3rd down and 9 from the opponent's 24-yard line. And Brian Hoyer, 4-6. And there's Hopkins, 2-1. And he leaps up over the defender and makes a dazzling catch there down at the 9-yard line. Beautiful catch by DeAndre Hopkins. And gets the Texans a first down at the 9-yard line. They're going to let just 30 seconds. Again, I'm going to take 10 seconds off there as they're in no rush right now with 1:20 to go. They're going to go into a hurry-up mode, so instead of 40 seconds, it'll be 30 seconds for each play. And here comes Hoyer, and he's going to hand this one off to Alfred Blue, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. And Johnson and Poe are there. They're going to make the play and tackle him after a 1-yard loss. So take him back down at the 10-yard line again, just 30 seconds off the clock now. So we're down to 50 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 from the 10-yard line. And Hoyer, 3-5. 3-5 doesn't want to do anything. He finds Cecil short, 2-5. And he's going to be tackled after just a 2-yard gain. But there is a penalty flag on the play. And this is going to be personal foul. Offensive lineman. Personal foul as he grabbed the face mask of the charging defender. And that's going to push him way back. It's now 2nd down and 25. 2nd and goal from the 25-yard line. And that's going to be 40 seconds left to go in the first half. It's 2nd and 25. And Hoyer, he's going to drop back to pass. 5-3. And he finds Hopkins again. 3-5. That's a long one. And he breaks it for a long one. And that is going to be a 1-3 touchdown. 25 yards as Hoyer lays it up there. Hopkins beat his defenders, double covered, and down the sideline catches it for the touchdown. And just like that, the Texans take the lead with just 30 seconds left to go in the first half, and that one is going to be good on the play. We'll call that a 10-second runoff for the touchdown throw. Nothing for the extra point. So they got to kick the ball back off with just 30 seconds to go here. In the first half, it is now 10-6 Houston. Beautiful pass there from Hoyer to Hopkins. And this one's going to be fielded at the 2-yard line. 3-4. And he's going to bust it down back up the middle. And he's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line. So we're going to have 1st down and 10 at the 25. Again, both teams still have all of their timeouts. That would be a 10-second runoff on the kickoff, though. Alex Smith, he looks like he's going to go for it all, but finds a receiver. He's going to try and drop it down quick to Spencer Ware, and hopefully he can bust it. But he can't, as that play was read well by Kevin Johnson for Houston. No gain on the play. And do the Texans call a timeout? They can call a timeout, another timeout. Can they force the punt, I guess? They're just going to let it run all the way out as there's just 20 seconds left in the half. And both teams head to the locker room after half of the game is over. So your first downs, Houston 8, Kansas City 7. Rushing yards, Houston 62, Kansas City 46. Passing yards, Houston, Brian Hoyer 109 yards, Kansas City only 48. Each team with 1 turnover, but Houston with 7 penalties, 1 for Kansas City. We're going to start the third quarter here with a 10-6 ball game, and I believe Kansas City got the ball to start the game. So Houston is going to get the ball back here to start the third quarter. And that's what I thought. All right, so here we go. It's going to be Santos again, 2-2, and that's going to be a touchback in the end zone. So the Texans going right to left on your dial at home. They're going to take the ball 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And no time off the clock there. So Hoyer feeling it today, 2-2, as he finds again Hopkins, 1-2, and that's going to be a nice diving stab over the linebackers, falls in front of the safety, find the soft spot of the zone. Derek Johnson couldn't keep up with them, and that's going to be a good pass reception, but the defense is offsides, It's not going to matter because they're going to decline the penalty on the 20-yard pass play. First down, Texans, and the clock will stop after the penalty there. And Chris Polk now, he's going to try the right side, 6-2. And coming in is going to be Howard, and he's going to take his legs out. 3-yard loss on the play, as Polk could not get on track this time. 2nd and 13 from their own 37. Brian Hoyer under center, barks out the calls. And here comes the pass rush. He eludes it, and he's going to send it a long pass down the sidelines for Hopkins. 5-2, and he finds him at the 50. Hopkins spins and gets taken down at the 49, so it's 3rd and 1 for the Texans at their own 49-yard line, and they're going to give it to Grimes. 3-6, and that's going to be through the middle as Sean Smith could not corral him, and he's going to bust through for some extra yards before he's pushed out of bounds at the 43 of the Kansas City Chiefs. And Alfred Blue 1-3, and this time Blue, he's going to bust it and keep churning. The offense pushes him forward into stack in the pile, and he's going to fall forward for a nice 5-yard gain here. It's now 2nd and 5 from Kansas City 38-yard line. This time Short comes in for Blue, and they're going to hand it off to him. And Blue is going to break through, and he's going to get a nice gain on this one. Spins through one defender, and Kansas City's defense is a little tired after being out there for most of the first half. But, oh, there's a flag on the play, and this one's going to be offensive holding on the Texans, and that's going to kill a nice run there. It's going to make it 2nd and 15 from the 48. 10-second run off there. Medium pass and 2-5. It's going to be pass rush eluded as Hoyer breaks out to the left, and he's going to throw back against the grain. Cecil Short, 1-2, and he's going to catch it and be tackled down at the 40, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 from the 40-yard line. So they got half the yardage back from the penalty, and they need 7 yards here on 3rd down. 4-6, and throws it quickly. Hoyer as Fedorowicz, C.J. Fedorowicz, the tight end, was not open on the play, and Hoyer just threw it into his feet, and that's going to set up 4th down from the 40. 7 yards to go, incomplete pass, and they are going to set up for the punt, and they're going to punt the ball, try and pin them deep, 2-2, and that's going to get now out of bounds at the 6-yard line, and Kansas City is in deep there on their own 6-yard line. So Alex Smith needs to be careful. But wait a second. There might be a penalty on this. It's on the next play. So on the next play, it's going to be a false start. And that's going to back them up 5 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 13 from their 3-yard line. And no time run off there. 3-2. And this time Spencer Ware. And, he almost broke it, but Demps gets a shoestring tackle and takes him down after 3 yards. Otherwise, he might have been off to the races. 10:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kansas City 2nd down and 10 from their own 6-yard line. And Alex Smith, 3-1. Alex Smith breaks a short gain. He's going to find a seam once again, scrambling out to the left side, fakes out one defender, but the ball comes loose, and Donald Stevenson looks like he's going to recover the ball for Kansas City, fortunately for them. But a big play there, as that's going to be a 1st down at the 23-yard line for Kansas City. So Kansas City down 6-10 against Houston. The hometown crowd trying to urge on the defense. And Alex Smith trying to lead the team back down the field 3-1. And that's going to be Shaughnessy, the tight end, 5'6". And he's going to weep up over the defender, tackled by the middle linebacker and pushed out of bounds at the 29-yard line, 2nd down and 4. Alex Smith this time, he drops back. He sees the defender. He sees a receiver open down the field. Can he get the ball to him? Pass rush is eluded once again. Jamal Charles, there we go. And 5-5, he's going to have to dump it down to Jamal Charles. But Charles shakes and bakes one defender and heads up and puts his head down and plows ahead for 7 big yards. Kansas City first down from their own 36-yard line, 9:20 to go in the third quarter. Alex Smith, he's going to step back in the pocket once again, and it looks like he's going for Kelsey, the tight end, who's being covered by the strong safety Demps, 6'5", and it looks like Klenko, is it Travis Kelsey? I forget how to pronounce his name. I know it. It's right at the tip of my tongue. Travis. But anyways, he jumps up over Demps, makes the catch. Demps probably gets the tackle on him, but it's another big first down for Kansas City. Remember, this one started at the 6-yard line, and they are moving it down the field on this offensive series. Alex Smith finding his receivers open, 5-5, and this one's going to be again to Jamal Charles, 2-2, and that one's going to be dumped over. It looks like a screen pass, and Jamal Charles gets it, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line of the Texans, 2nd down and 5. Alex Smith, he's barking out the calls. He's pointing out the middle linebacker who looks like he's coming in on the blitz. And here comes the snap. He steps back in the pocket. Jeremy Macklin across the middle. He sees him wide open. He finds him. He throws it in there. Caught. He's racing down to the 30 and pushed. Finally tackled down at the 29-yard line. 7:50 to go here in the third quarter. Kansas City driving here. Big drive. Championship drive. 3-2, and Chris Conley, 1-5, and a nice 5-yard reception there for Conley. It brings up 2nd down and 5. Kansas City staying ahead of the chains right now. They're up over 100 yards passing now. Houston's has almost 150 yards passing. Alex Smith, 2-3, 2-3, 2-3, and this one is to Kelsey again, 6-5. And once again, Kelsey finds himself open and bumbling, rumbling, stumbling, and finally dragged down by Merciless, the linebacker, but not after another big 11-yard gain. And Kansas City, who started this drive on their own 6-yard line, have marched it all the way down to the Texans' 13. 1st down and 10, as Alex Smith has been pinpoint accurate on this drive. Pass rush has been eluded. Once again, Jamal Charles out in the flat. 1-4, and he's going to get him for 2-yard gain. And nice drive by Kansas City. 2nd down and 8. Alex Smith once again, 5-5. And this is Kelsey, 2-4, and another 5-yard gain. Pushed out of bounds, just short of the first down. They're at the 6-yard line. 3rd down and 3. And Alex Smith back for the pass. No, wait, it's a delayed handoff to West, 4-3, and he is going to be pummeled down. Andre Hall, the free safety, in on the blitz, and the delayed handoff. He was able to get West, tackle him in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. Otherwise, it would have been a first down. So big defensive stop there. That brings up 4th and 4 from the 7-yard line. It's a 6-10 ball game. Kansas City trying to decide what they're going to do here with this play. Whew. Do they take the almost for sure field goal and cut that lead back down? I think you got to. I think you got to take the points. 4 yards and. Yeah. I just hope your defense can hold them. That's right. So they are gonna. Hang on. That is such a. If they fail and they hold the defense, they can get the ball back in pretty good position. But you get all the way down here. Is it too early to be kicking field goals? There is 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Plenty of time left in this game. You hate to lose by 3 at the end. They are going to take the field goal. And it's only 24 yards, 6-1. That's going to be up and good. And they cut into the lead. It's now a 1-point game. Kansas City 9, Houston 10. As we are now have 4:50 to go in the third quarter. 1-3, and that's going to be a touchback. So the Texans will start off here with 4:50 to go in the third quarter at their 20-yard line. And it looks like Brian Hoyer, 6'2", pass is intercepted. Oh, no, he's intercepted. As the pass from Brian Hoyer was intercepted by Derek Johnson. 3 yards downfield. Derek Johnson returns the ball 5 yards, and he's finally pushed out at the 18-yard line. Oh, my. The Kansas City fans that have traveled down here to Houston, Texas, are on their feet as the Kansas City gets the first turnover of the game. No, I'm sorry, the third turnover of the game. As the pass from Hoyer is well defended, and they have the ball now 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. And this time it's going to be a handoff to Davis, 3-2, and Davis is going to break through the line. He's going to be dragged down after a 4-yard gain. Alex Smith now 2nd down and 6 from the 14, 3-4, and that one's going to be incomplete. No receiver open. Alex Smith just airmailed that one into the stands. And we got 3:50 to go here. 3-6. And this is Wilson. Short pass. 2-2. And that's going to be 7 yards on the play. First down. The sticks come out. They measure. And it's going to be a first down at the 7-yard line. No fumble on the play. The knee was down. No replay needed. And that's going to put 40 seconds on the clock. And this time they're going to give it to West on the inside left handoff. 5-2. And he's going to break through for 6 yards. And the lineman for Kansas City pushes him forward. And they finally tackle him at the 1-yard line. So Kansas City knocking at the door again. But wait a second. That is going to be a false start. I'm sorry, delay of game penalty. They did not get the play off in time. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. The play counted, and then the next play is a delay of game. All right, so after getting it down the 1-yard line, they were no time off the clock there. So it's back to 2nd and 6 from the 6-yard line. What a time for delay of game. 2-6. And that's going to be a big run there by West. And he's piling in. And once again, he breaks it through for a touchdown. Kansas City. Now the question is, you're up 15-10. Do you go for 2 now with through 30 to go in the third quarter? Do you take the 6 points? That means a touchdown and field goal will beat you, or, two field goals. And they're going to go for 2 here. Going for 2, and Alex Smith, 3-2, and he finds the Anthony Thomas one. 3. 2-yard gain, and he's good. So Alex Smith finds DeAnthony Thomas in the side of the end zone for the extra point. 2 points on the board, and Kansas City takes a 17-10 lead here with 2:30 to go in the third quarter. And the kickoff, 2-1, is going to be a touchback off the foot of Santos. And so now it's up to Brian Hoyer to shake off that shaky interception the last time out. Let's see what he does here, as it is now Alfred Blue 5-5 on the handoff. And good defensive play there by strong safety Ron Parker and the left outside linebacker Justin Houston, as they corral him after only a 1-yard gain. Down to 1:50 to go here, clock ticking. And Brian Hoyer, he's going to step back. He finds Cecil Shorts, 3-1. And that's his right on time as he breaks loose for a medium gain. 3-6 as he's up to the 35-yard line on a 15-yard pass to Cecil Shorts. So good play there, and gets them out of trouble there, as there's now 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line, down 17-10 against the Chiefs. 1:10 to go here in the third quarter, 5-2, and this one's going to be a run by Polk. He's going to bust through for 3 hard yards, and that brings up 2nd down and 7. And busting through the line is Alfred Blue. No defender there, as good blocking at the line. Linebackers drag him down after an 8-yard gain, but once again, another penalty, and this one's going to be illegal motion, as the receiver flinched before the play, and that's going to take it back, and we're going to have a 2nd down and 12 on the 33-yard line. So Brian Hoyer, he's going to look for a receiver, and he finds one over the middle, throws it too high, incomplete. And that's going to be just 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. It is now 3rd down and 12 from their own 33. 5-4, and question mark. Pass is intercepted once again, and this one's going to be Marcus Peters. And the pass is intercepted by Hoyer. Peters, 13 yards downfield, and he returns it 46 yards. Pick 6. Touchdown, Kansas City. Holy cow. Right as the quarter expires, and oh my gosh, this Brian Hoyer is imploded here in the last 2 series, and the kick is good, and that is going to do it for the end of the third quarter. 2 interceptions, and we just had a pick 6 for the Chiefs, and big interception return, and that was let's read that again. That was intercepted by Marcus Peters, returned a 46-yard interception return for the touchdown. 3rd and 12 from their own 33. Brian Hoyer, he was following the receiver all the way with his eyes, and Peters steps in front of that dart by Hoyer, and down the sidelines he went untouched for the touchdown. And so now Kansas City is up 24-10 going into the fourth quarter, and here we go for the kickoff, 5-5, and that's going to be a touchback once again, as Santos nails that one deep in the end zone for the touchback. So Hoyer comes back out, and they're going to let him still throw. 3-1 pass is incomplete, as Hoyer, who had a masterful first and second quarter, has really not had the greatest second half ever, to be honest. And we're going to call that 10 seconds there. So 2nd down and 10 from their own 20, 4-4. And that is an X. That is Mumphrey, 5-2. And that's going to be caught down the sidelines. And it's going to fall in the breadbasket. And he's going to catch it at the 30, cuts upfield to the 35, and dragged down from behind at the 37-yard line. So big 17-yard gain there. Beautiful pass from Hoyer to Mumphrey. And the Texans still have life here with 4:50 to go in the game. And now Brian Hoyer 6-5 and incomplete pass. Couldn't spot an open receiver. That was deflected off the helmet of one of the defenders. And 14 minutes to go here in the game. The Texans are down 24-10 here in the fourth quarter, 5-2. And that one is incomplete by Hoyer. All of a sudden, he was 8 or he was 10 out of 12 in the first half, and now in the second half, he's just not finding his receivers open as Kansas City has changed their defensive calls, and now Hoyer is not finding anyone. And with that pass rush and the interceptions and that pick six he just threw, he's a little unsure of where to go with the ball. 5-1, and this time he's looking for Hopkins, his big time receiver. 2-2, and that one is going to be Hopkins across the middle and diving catch, and they finally tag him down at the 48. Big throw, big catch by DeAndre Hopkins, who's having himself a whale of a ball game, and that was only a 10-second runoff. And we have first down and 10 at the 48 of Kansas City, and the Texans are not dead yet. If Hoyer can just get a couple good passes like he was doing in the first half. 6-2, and the draw play to Blue, but he's snuffed out by Houston and caught down behind the line of scrimmage. 13 minutes to go in the game. And this time Hoyer 2-4. He's looking for a deep receiver, and they throws DeAndre Hopkins that time. And it's now third down and 11. And this time 4-3. He is really going deep. Pass rush has been eluded. DeAndre Hopkins 5-3, and he's going to catch that for a 19-yard first down catch all the way down to the 30-yard line. And the hometown crowd trying to edge on Brian Hoyer, let them know that they are behind him 100%. Let's see if he can continue this hot streak on this drive, which started all the way back at the 20-yard line. This time, the calls goes to inside run play to Blue. And Blue is going to break this one through the gap. He's down to the 15. He's down to 20. Down to 15. Oh, he's tackled at the 10. Down at the 10-yard line. Beautiful run there by Blue. And Adrian Foster, yes, where has he been all this game? Holy cow. Foster comes in here. Inside right run, 3-2. And Foster's going to put his head down. He pushes the ball forward 4 yards. And it's now 10:50 to go in the game. They're down to the 6-yard line. Second and 6 from the 7. They can still get a first down at the 1-yard line. And Hoyer looking end zone this time. Throws it up. And incomplete off the fingertips of the receiver. It now brings up 3rd and 6 from the 7-yard line. Hoyer 1-5 back in the pocket. He finds Adrian Foster out of the backfield. 4-5, and Foster, he's going to catch it and run into the end zone for a touchdown. Adrian Foster. And the Texans cut the deficit in half if they can make the extra point, which is up and good. So it's going to be a 24-17 ball game. We got 10:40 to go in the game. That was a 10-second play there. On the touchdown pass from Brian Hoyer to a wide open Adrian Foster, who just walked into the end zone. They forgot about the back coming out of the backfield and left him wide open. So Nick Novak is going to be kicking this one off, 4-5. And this one's going to be to the 1-yard line. And Kenile Davis, he's going to return this 2-3. And that one is going to be tackled down at the 10 as this touchdown has inspired the Texans defense. And down at the 11-yard line is the receiver for Kansas City. 10-second runoff there. 10:20 to go in the first quarter. Is Kansas City going to play it safe and run some clock, or are they going to try and push forward and keep their offense rolling? It's really come alive here in the second half. Cedric West, he's going to get the pitch out, and he's going to go left. 1-5, and he's going to get tackled as Ben Grubbs once again could not make the good offensive block. And it's only a 2-yard gain as he was swarmed under by that Houston defense. 40 seconds off the clock. Jamal Charles is going to get the handoff this time, and he's going to break through the line, spins around one defender, and they grab him after a 5-yard gain. So that brings up 3rd and 3. Big play of the game right here. Can the Texans hold them? 3rd and 3. 3-6. Alex Smith looking for a receiver. And no, he's going to take off and run, and he stretches, he's fighting for it, and falls forward. We're going to have a measurement, and yes, McKinney stopped Alex Smith on the run, but he does get just inches enough, and that's going to take more time off the clock. Big play there for Alex Smith as he wanted those extra inches to get the first down and got him. 3-6, and he finds Cedric West out of the backfield, and Cedric catches it, and he's going to break one defender and get up for 8 yards on the catch. So good safe throw there by Alex Smith, and 40 more seconds off the clock. 7:40 to go in the game. It's now 2nd and 2. This time, quick inside run by West. 1-4, and that's going to be through the middle and into the linebackers before he's taken down for a 6-yard gain. So 2 for big first downs for Kansas City. And more importantly, the clock is ticking. We're down to 7 minutes left in this game. Kansas City ahead by a score of 24-17. All 3 teams have timeouts available. Alex Smith 6'5", and he is going to break through. And he breaks it into the secondary, but he fumbles the ball, and Broderick McKinney recovers it for Houston. Oh my gosh. Oh, what a big play there. As Alex Smith was off and running, and the defenders stripped him before he took him down to the ground. McKinney picks it up and is immediately tackled. And that is going to be a huge turnover in this game, as there is now 6:50 to go. Houston set up a perfect opportunity here. They're at the 46-yard line of Kansas City. They got 6:50 to play in the game. 24-17 Kansas City. How you doing, Philip Reynolds? So Brian Hoyer, he's going to step back. He looks and he finds a receiver. No, he doesn't. He cannot find a receiver. Throws it wide as Tyron Branch was looking for an interception there. Hoyer saw him and threw it wide into the ground. So it's now 6:40 to go. 2nd and 10 from the Kansas City 46-yard line. Hoyer 5'6", and he eludes the pass rush. He finds Cecil Shorts, wide receiver, 4'5", and he's going to be tackled after a very short gain as he dumps it down to Shorts, but he was covered well by the linebacker Houston, and they're going to go 40 seconds off the clock there. So it's now 3rd and 7 from the 43. Brian Hoyer, 4'4", and that's going to be Cedric Polk, the running back, out of the backfield, and 4, and that's a 1-yard moving. Come on. 4th down and 6. 4th and 6. Do you go for it, or you're from the 42? I think you try to pin them deep. I think you have to pin them deep. They're only gonna take 30 seconds off, because they're gonna try to hurry the punt team on and get that punt off. So they're not gonna waste the whole time. So 30-second runoff, and they're gonna go for the punt. Yeah, if you go for it, it's 4th and 6. If you don't make it, you set them up in too good a position. So yes, we want to punt it. I just hope your defense can cover them. All right, so here comes a punt from Leckler. 3-2, and he's going to get it down to the 6-yard line once again. Perfect punt by Leckler, and that's going to pin Houston deep at their 6-yard line. We have 5:20 to go. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining, and it looks like Spencer Ware's in the backfield, and Alex Smith hands the ball to him. Sweep left, 2-6, and that's going to be breakaway by Spencer Ware. He's up to the 15, the 20, the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's going to go all the way to the 48-yard line. Spencer Ware broke it around the left side as the Texans were blitzing up the middle, thinking an inside run. And Kansas City caught him with that sweep to the left. And not only that, but he stayed in bounds as the defenders didn't even push him out. And that's going to take a big 40 seconds off the clock. So we're 4:40 to go. And the ball is all the way up to the 48-yard line. Big run there. 150 rush yards for Kansas City now. And it looks like Jamal Charles is going to get the rock this time. And he's going to break through. And the Texans defense didn't see him as Jamal Charles shakes and bakes behind the big offensive lineman. The linebacker's trying to plug the hole, and Jamal Charles darts through for a big 15-yard gain. And there's a penalty flag down. I'm not sure what that is. And it looks like it's a personal foul on the defense. Personal foul on the defense. And they'll accept that penalty. It should be added on after the run. And just like that, the 19-yard run and the 15-yard penalty will take that all the way down to the 22-yard line of the Texans. 1st and 10. Oh my gosh. If you're a Texans fan, you're holding your breath at this point. They're at the 22-yard line. 4:30 to go in the game. Kansas City up by a score. And Alex Smith, and he looking short for the tight end. 1-3, and he's going to get him, but he's going to be tackled quickly by Crushing. But another 40 seconds off the clock. They're down to 3:50 to go, and it's 2nd and 8 from the 20. And Charles this time is going to try that left side, which got him 48 last time. But he's smothered in the backfield by Andre Hall. The free safety's coming right up there, taking his legs out. But another 40 seconds off the clock. We're down to 3:10 to go in the game. The Chiefs just trying to run this clock down and get the field goal, go up by 2 scores here, and leave as little time for the Texans left as possible. It is now 3rd and 9 from the 21. And Alex Smith, 2-4. He's going to drop back. He finds Wilson, the wide receiver, across the middle. And he's going to be tackled just past the line of scrimmage. And the Texans are going to use a timeout. And so that play is only going to take 10 seconds off the clock. So it's 4th down and 7 from the 19-yard line. 83% chance for a field goal. The field goal team is coming on for Kansas City. If they can get up 2 scores with just 3 minutes to go, you got to think that gives them a real good chance of winning this one. But any wild and wacky thing can happen, will happen. Santos, the 36-yarder, it's up and it is good. But there's a penalty on the flag as there's a personal foul, dead ball. Kicking team 64, personal foul, dead ball, personal foul, which would be accepted, but all that's going to do is it's going to be after the play, so the field goal is good. The field goal is good. But now they have to kick off from the 20-yard line instead of the 35. All right, so the field goal takes 10. There we go. All right, so down to 2:50 to go. And down by 2 scores now as Houston needs to really hustle. Santos with the kickoff, 2-3 is going to be 65 yards. So it's going to be returned at the 15-yard line, and the return is going to be 2-3. And that's going to be poor coverage in Kansas City, and that's going to give them an 18-yard return. So good starting field position for the Texans as they are at their 33-yard line. 1st and 10. They're down 27-17. 2 timeouts remaining. And that one's going to take 10 seconds off the clock. So 2:40 to go. And they're going to go the hurry up. So instead of 40 seconds, it's only going to take 20 seconds. All right. So long pass by Hoyer, 4-4. He's going to air it out and way overthrows his defender there, as Eric Berry was the closest defender on the play, just 10 seconds off the clock. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from their own 33. Hoyer 3-6 and 6-1. And he's going to find Griffin, the tight end, across the middle for a big play. And that one's going to be a 29-yard gain. And that's going to be 20 seconds off the clock. So they're going to get another play in before the 2-minute warning. As they rush up to the line, Hoyer calls out the signs 6-2. And here comes the pass rush. It's eluded. Chris Polk, the running back, out of the backfield. He's going to pick up 7 big yards and probably be dragged down after a 7-yard gain. And that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in Houston. 27-17, and Kansas City trying to hold on against the Texans here. The number 4 seed Texans, the number 5 seed wild card Kansas City Chiefs from 2015. And so it's 2nd down and 3 from the Kansas City 31. And they are going to call a medium pass, 5-1. Pass is incomplete. Hoyer overthrew his receiver, 10 seconds off the clock. 1:50 to go. Once again, medium pass, 5-5. And that one is, oh, no, it's intercepted. Sean Smith stepped in front of that one, and this one's going to be over now. And Sean Smith gets it 15 yards down and is tackled after just a 2-yard return, and now this one's going to belong to the Chiefs as there's just 1:40 left. Spencer Ware with that big 46-yard run earlier when Kansas City was pinned deep. They got them out of their territory and let them get that field goal. Really helped, and now Spencer Ware 6'6". That's going to be a 2-yard play, and timeout by the Texans. And so it's now 2nd down and 8. 1-2. And this is going to be 5-yard gain by Ware. And once again, a timeout. And just 10 seconds off the clock. And it brings up a big 3rd down and 3. If the Texans have any shot, they got to hold them here. 4-1. And Cedric West out of the backfield, 6-1. And they're going to tackle him after just a 1-yard gain, so he's going to be 2 yards short. And they push him out of bounds. What a boneheaded play. So instead of 40 seconds coming off the clock, just 10 seconds come off the clock. But they're going to punt it away. And 1-5 is going to be 57. So it's punted to the 17-yard line. 1-4, and not a great return. And that's going to be 10 more seconds off the clock. So just, oh, wait a minute. There is a offensive false start on the next play. There we go. So no time off the clock, but it's going to take it back 5 yards. 1st and 15 from their own 15-yard line. And we're going to call a play here. They're not going to try and run it. They're going to try a medium pass. 4-2. And a 2-4 as Hopkins finds it. He's going to corral it for a nice 11 yards and go out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds after 11-yard gain. Just 50 seconds to go here. It's now 2nd and 4 from their own 26-yard line. 1-4 and pass is incomplete. It's now 3rd down. 3-4 and this one's going to sort. 4-4 and that's going to be a good play up the middle. And they're going to have to hurry to the line here. They have to at least 20 seconds. 20 seconds. This will be the last play unless it goes out of bounds. 1-4 and it looks like it's going to be a nice run for Adrian Foster, but that's going to do it as the rest of the clock runs out and the game is over. They could not get another play-in time, and the Texans, the number 3 seed, upset here at home by the number 4 seed Kansas City Chiefs, 27-17. What a game, what a game, what a crazy, that first half was crazy nonsense, man, I'm telling you. Let's look at these stats here. Alex Smith, 153 yards passing. Alex Smith also ran the ball for 62 yards, and receiving, Kelsey with 45 yards. For Houston, Brian Hoyer, 295 yards passing. The pick 6 really hurt in the third quarter, where Kansas City got 18 points. And then Alfred Blue, 56 yards rushing. DeAndre Hopkins, 165 yards receiving. You can only hope to contain them. But the Kansas City Royals, the Kansas City Chiefs are moving on in the 2015 playoffs. They'll face off against either the number 1 seed or the 2 seed, depending on who wins the game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we got the Bengals at home against the Steelers for the other AFC 2015 wild card weekend game. But here's your final score from Houston. The hometown crowd headed home disappointed as the Texans, winning their division with a 9-6 record, go out early in the playoffs this season, and they are down 27-17 by Kansas City. I would like to know Kansas City's offensive stats. They were really bad in the first quarter. I mean, really bad in the first quarter. I don't know if it breaks it down by quarter. That would be really good. Like, they had, like, minus yardage. It was so bad. Let's see. Drive summary, scoring summary, team stats. There's a little bit of team stats for you. So, first downs were 19 apiece. Third down conversions, Kansas City just 3 of 13. Houston much better, 7 of 14, 50%. Fourth down conversions, both teams were 1 for 1. Offensive yards, Houston outgained Kansas City 408 to 310. Offensive plays, Kansas City had 62 for an average of 5 yards, and Houston had 67 for an average of 6.1. Rushing yards, Kansas City 171, Houston only 116. Rushing plays 25 for an average 6.8 yards for Kansas City, and for Houston 23 with an average of 5. Passing yards 139 for Alex Smith, 292 for Brian Hoyer. Alex Smith was 25 of 34, no interceptions, and an average of 4.1 per play. Brian Hoyer was 25 of 43, 3 interceptions, and 6.8 yards per play. Kansas City, 3 sacks. Houston only 1. 4 field goals for Kansas City, only 1 for Houston. Each team with 2 touchdowns. Penalty yards, that really hurt the Texans as well. 11 for 85 yards. They had 2 penalties on back-to-back field goal tries, which gave Kansas City a first down. They still ended up kicking a field goal, but still, back-to-back plays to give Kansas City a first down on a field goal penalties. So, yeah, penalties were crucial. And then, the weirdest thing ever, both teams recovered a punt that was fumbled by their opponent. So both teams recovered a punt. And not only that, but both teams recovered a punt within their opponent's 5-yard line after the receiver caught the ball. So that was crazy. Time of possession barely goes to Kansas City, 30 minutes and 40 seconds versus 29 minutes and 20 seconds. But there you go. There's your final score from Houston. The Texans out of the playoffs. Kansas City moving on to face off against either New England or Denver, depending on what happens in the other wild card game between the Steelers heading up to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. The Who Dey Bengals taking on the Steelers. Hopefully we'll see you guys then. Thank you all for coming out. Appreciate it. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all next time. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, give us a big thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.